We have come to a special part of the evening, and it gives me great honor to present the valedictorian speech and get Mr. Andrea Ferronato to the stage.
Before I begin, Dad, that big red button on your phone, that actually means you're not recording. So let's just click that before I start. Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrea Ferronato, and depending on how you count, I am at least the 25th juggler of my family to attend our school. And you know what they say, 25th time's a charm, best for last, and I don't know, ending on a high note? Well, all I know is that it is my honor and privilege to be here today speaking to you. And you know, I do have big shoes to fill. Well, not that big. She's only a size 6. But my sister Francesca also gave this address. Though it was during the pandemic and only pre-recorded, actually, I think only my parents watched it. So I'm dedicating this live version to my sister, the co-valedictorian. On behalf of the class of 2024, I wish to welcome you, and more importantly, to thank you. Our parents and grandparents, families, friends, the faculty, clergy, Notre Dame alumni, and generous donors. We are truly grateful for all you have done. So in writing this, I focused on just what is it that makes Notre Dame the school that it is. Sometimes Notre Dame feels more like a community center, a place that's pretty much always open, where everyone gets to hang out and socialize, all while enjoying a bunch of time together, and which just happens to also include a fantastic school, teams, arts, and all our events and activities. But we are so much more than that. Above all, we are a Catholic school, and our defining principle is to know, love, and serve God. As stated in Scripture, God put us in the world to know, love, and serve Him, and so come to the happiness of paradise. This gives purpose to who we are as jugglers, the foundation for all we do, and we can only be as strong as this foundation. So as we go our separate ways, I'd like to reflect on those 3 terms for one last time. In a world filled with information, misinformation, and even disinformation, all so readily available, we must question what to know even means. The entire body of knowledge is available at our fingertips, the power to know anything and everything. Knowledge has become ubiquitous. Yet, this apparent ability to know everything has not solved the plethora of problems we face today. So if knowledge isn't enough, what is? Understanding. Many seem to know everything, yet we often find they understand very little. Only when knowledge is accompanied by understanding do we engage our God-given capacity and discover our true capability. Notre Dame has given us some of that capability, and it's this understanding that I see in us today. We have not only witnessed recent years of global adversity, but also many have faced personal struggles, demonstrating the fragilities of life. We have even come to witness what it means to be Gavin Strong, to overcome adversity and bring understanding to our knowledge. We need something greater, and that is faith. Without it, knowledge can never be enough. Faith is what turns knowledge into understanding. Faith is built upon first knowing God, and from that comes the meaningfulness which enables us to love. This love builds and maintains not only our relationship with God, but our relationships with one another. And in this gift, we find the self-assurance that sets us apart as Catholics and as jugglers. It is often said that it is easier to love than to hate. But this is not always the case. Love's difficulty is what makes it so special. Love sometimes means conflicts, painful words, and even tougher deeds. When most needed, loving can be very hard. Yet, it always prevails. I'm sure all here have felt this love from someone in your high school life. Whether extra help from teachers, coaches leading us, or those who guided our activities, curricular or extra, and all that our families and friends have done for us, this love has been present. Let that be our example as adults, so we too can give that to others. And let us be thankful for all we've been given so far. I say so far because we all have time to return the love we've received. Most of all, to God, our Creator and Giver of all. By attending Mass, saying our daily prayers, and honoring Him in how we treat others, we can return the love He has graciously given us. For in order to love God, we must love one another, as God has loved us. And don't forget to also love life itself. Let the sweet moments motivate us, make us thankful, and never take them for granted. As the days go slow, but the years move ever so quickly. Never look back with regret or ahead with anxiety. Instead, enjoy each day as it comes. Savor the good, but never fear the bad. In these moments, we often learn the most. And every day presents decisions where we can choose to love. Lastly, we are called upon to serve. We've all heard the saying, try to leave this world a little better than you found it. As jugglers, and most of all, as Catholics, this is our obligation. Service should be extended to all those whom you encounter in your life, be it God, friends, family, your neighbor, or the less fortunate. A truly Catholic life is only fulfilled through service. Before every Christmas concert, Mr. Isherwood would say, as long as you move one person, that's enough. With that in mind, let's try each day to move someone for the better by serving. Give for the sake of giving. Serve for the sake of serving. Be a juggler. Discover who you are and who God made you to be. Just as the juggler possessed his special gift and offered it to God, so can we. If even juggling can serve God's purpose, just imagine how you can serve Him. That is the challenge before each of us for the future that awaits. But don't forget the other side of being a juggler. Jugglers are fun. They are performers. They are artists. And they are athletes. They are smart and clever. They stand out in a crowd, and people are drawn to them. They live to give. My parents both had their 40th and 35th year reunions in the last few weeks, and through the stories of football championships, plays and musicals, senior pranks, and high school tales, it's clear these alumni still think they're legends, even when they're pretty ancient. So even if you leave Notre Dame, it seems Notre Dame never leaves you. You still bleed blue. We have been blessed with teachers, administrators, priests, sisters, coaches, and volunteers who have been knowing, loving, and serving right before our very eyes each day. Class of 2024, we will always remain connected through the experiences we have all shared and which brought us together, creating the memories that will bind us for a lifetime, as a family and as jugglers. But most of all, in the future that lies before us, let us remember to take those 3 words to heart. Let us always know, love, and serve. God bless and thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. We're almost at the end here, it's a close, but before we close, you said you wanted to move people, so I think it's a time here that you might want to move this audience. So I asked the graduates to please stand. I know you've been waiting for 2 hours to do this, so parents, get ready. Here's your photo op. On the count of 3, toss them high and proud. 1, 2, 3, go Jugglers! This is a regular occurrence between periods in the hallways. This is a regular occurrence. But now they'll be doing it at university.